Hey, my name is Eduardo Cortez, and this is my cultural plunge. So I decided to do my cultural plunge on African Americans. Unfortunately, I was unable to go to where the African Americans hang out in Palm Springs for the fact that I was told that it's too dangerous, especially right now with the whole Mexicans being deported and whites and everything. It's just too crazy to go out there. So what I did work what I did do is at work I interviewed some of my coworkers. I work with 6 African Americans, and to be honest, Palm Springs is not exactly a big African American community. They're kind of scattered all over the city. So one of the places where they hang out in is the basketball courts at Victoria Park, Palm Springs, which is right next to Rosa Parks, and it's a very, very dangerous area of Palm Springs. There's a very high crime rate, a lot of drugs, a lot of violence, a lot of deaths. So they don't want to go there. So I asked my coworkers as far as like what is their favorite food, what are their favorite movies, favorite music, the hobbies they do. And to be honest, we relate in a lot of them. Hobbies we have Mexicans are I like working on cars. I like washing cars. They like working on cars. Movies, I like Denzel Washington. I like a lot of the movies like Friday, Soul Food, stuff like that. And when it comes to music, I love hip hop. I love soul music. I love R&B. I love Marvin Gaye. I love all that heritage, like the culture that comes from it. And when it comes to differences, that comes in the food. So I asked them what's their favorite food, and they said that 3 of them said that they like chicken with rice. I was curious to see how they make the rice, so I asked them how they make the rice, since Mexicans kind of prepare the rice with tomato sauce, or they put some vegetables in it. They said that they just like white rice, but they add sugar in it. And this was all 6 of them. They said they all add sugar in it. The reason why they do it, it makes it taste sweet. I personally never done it. I wish I could try it, but since I'm type 1 diabetic, I don't think I want to go tread those waters. Another thing that they do different, the barbecue. I barbecue my ribs a little bit different, more spice. I love spicy food. They do it more sweet. So that's where the kind of differences go. They like the food a little bit more sweet. We like a little food a little bit more spicy, with the different spices. Learning about the African Americans, you learn from the time when they came over here, from the ships to where they were slaves, to when Mexico gave them some independence, to the injustices that happened with the minorities, us being minorities, them being minorities, and how we're looked at by our peers, especially Americans, the white people. They always look down on us. They always look down as, especially now, you turn on social media, they're either talking about the deportations, making fun of what's going on. That's why I've been seeing a lot of videos, to where African Americans are saying that they're not with the Hispanics, and we don't know why. But I figured that we're all the same injustices that are happening in the United States. They're all pretty much kind of a part of all of us. It's our community, it's our state, it's our cities that are being affected with everything. But that being said, I learned a lot doing research and reading that the culture. What surprised me was that the fact that the bias I had about them was that they were all lazy. And I was told from the get-go. When I started working, I'd be like, oh, watch out, the African Americans are lazy. They're lazy people. But if you really look at it, some of the African Americans, some of the hardest working people. You take it from Kobe. His work ethic is known by many. How he became the greatest by just working and working and working. Jordan, Tiger Woods, you got Oprah Winfrey, you got all these African Americans entrepreneurs that they just worked their butts off to get where they were at. And you don't see that much from Hispanics to, I mean, you got talent, you got some people that are like Selena or some Mexican singers and stuff, but you don't have icons that are known by one name. It's Kobe, Jordan, LeBron. They're known by one name. They're not known by just LeBron James, Kobe Bryant. They're known worldwide by their name, and that's a testament to their work ethic and how they conducted themselves. I am proud that I picked African Americans. I mean, I named my son after my best friend who was African American. My son's name is Dominic. My best friend who passed away when he was 21. I thought they were amazing. His family was amazing. All my friends that are African American, they're just amazing people. They're very trustworthy, very compassionate, very ethical, very, how do you put it? Very accountable to where you needed something, a favor or whatever. They were there to help lend a hand and help out in whatever which they can. And you hear on the bias that, oh, they won't do nothing, they're too lazy, they go from job to job, or they're not good dads. But to be honest, I've seen a lot of African Americans that are amazing dads. I've seen them in the coaching. I coach baseball and I coach soccer, and you see them out there and you see them working with their kids, working with their families to provide for them and to have a better life. I think every race has the good and the bad. Mexicans, I'm sure there are some deadbeat dads in Mexicans. I'm sure there's a lot of great deadbeat dads in the white community. That's just the type of people they are. But when you want to show yourself, especially learning, I was learning about all this. I started looking at the black church and a lot of their preachers and the way they preach and the way they conduct themselves and what they speak really opened my eyes to how maybe I should conduct myself even more. You learn and you gain more knowledge and you grow as a person just to be who you want to be. You get a little bit of everything, kind of like you make a menudo, man. You get a little bit of everything, all the little spices, and put them all together. You cook them up, and that creates great food, menudo. And that's kind of what I want to do. I want to get a little bit of everything. I think this year, this cultural plunge will be great to do, especially later on in my future when I want to learn about Asians or Chinese or Japanese. You want to learn about all these people. What's up, Jeepers? And this is my dog, of course. You want to learn about all these different things. So I think I'm going to be doing this a lot more, especially when I want to be a counselor in California, where you have so many different cultures, so many different races, all come together, and y'all create California. And that's why California is so unique. Positive.